check them out, and they almost look like a little dinosaur egg. You do want to be careful on these. They do have little hairs on them. Keep that in the edit. Keep that in the edit. And on that note, welcome back to Molnar's Garden, you guys. We got a bit of a foggy morning today. It's already starting to break up. Olivia has left me on my own to do all of today's filming because her hands are swamped with editing, being a mom, and everything else amazing that she does. And we're trying to shift things around a little bit to see how it can make more sense, to generate more content for all of you by seeing if I'm smart enough to work a camera. Betting on not, but we're gonna find out how it goes today. Anyways, welcome back to Molnar's Garden, you guys. Let's see how this goes. Right, so we got some coffee in me. Now I gotta get the sprinklers off. Having these sprinklers, sprayers, whatever you wanna call them, has really helped out on watering the kitchen garden area. Before I got these, I was having to water these with a hose by myself, and there are, I think, 8 beds total, and some of them are not small beds. So when you can see one of them, I got turned off right there. There's another one in that bed, and having them is definitely helping get things growing a lot more and making my life easier. So let's get the other one off. Let's just turn them off real quick and then go check on a few other things. Today we're doing a special video on our Roselle Hibiscus. You guys might have seen Olivia post a video. I think she might have done one on the YouTube shorts, but definitely did one on Instagram doing a reel on this plant. We've been using it a lot this summer to make some hibiscus tea, and it's absolutely fantastic plant. But our plant got blown around in Hurricane Ian, and it's at the end of the season anyway. So today we're gonna process this and dehydrate a bunch of this, make a fresh batch of hibiscus tea for you guys to check out. But first, let's take care of a few other things too. You guys might have seen me talk about this plant before, but this is our Mexican sunflower, and I wanted to show you this today. We have our first bloom on it, flowering out, coming in real nice. I'm excited for this one because this is gonna be our chop and drop mulch bad boy on the property, one of them anyways, and it's the main one that we're using. We're going to propagate out. Once this, now that it's flowered, we're just going to wait for it to go to seed. On all of these flowers, I'll take the seeds and try and propagate them out from there. But essentially on this plant, they're a great one because you could take it, cut it about halfway, and just drop that for mulch. Mulch is always a big issue on our property. I have a big problem trying to get any brought in, and that is not the goal with this property, is to keep having people bring it in or myself bringing it in. It's for everything to be as self-sustaining as possible so that we don't have to go out searching for mulch. This plant is going to help us do that. So I'm very excited about the flower on it. It's quite a pretty flower in and of its own right, in all honesty. And that's really going to help our plants out with the mulch. Moving on. Get your ball. Drop it. Sit. Good boy. No, Snoop, you want to play too? All right, ready, boys? Go. Drop it. Good boy. Sit. It must be 9 o'clock. They're crowing. I'm guessing they want breakfast. Let's get them some. Right, so I've got everything picked out that they're getting this morning. Now, they do have a regular bucket of food that's in there with them at all times, but chickens are, I swear, like hobbitses. They eat breakfast, second breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, all that shenanigans. And so I'm feeding them constantly. My wife says I spoil them probably a little bit too much, but I enjoy it. Anyways, what I'm giving them right now is a mix of some weeds, which there is never a shortage of here in Florida, along with some beautyberry, which we're actually kind of at the end of the season. It's kind of disappearing. Now, if you've watched the channel for a while, you might remember that I have a rule on this. Whatever grows in the front stays for the wild birds. If it's in the backyard, it goes to the chickens. And they absolutely love this stuff. Check it out. The great stuff about this beautyberry too is not only do the chickens and the wild birds love it, you guys, but it also helps keep mosquitoes away. So definitely a plant that you want to add to your property. Ain't that right, you big boys? Do you have berry on your beak there? Yes, you do. You're such a pretty rooster. You too. Don't you guys just love the silkies? I'm gonna keep feeding the birds, but I swear the silky roosters are probably my favorite. They are just so absolutely gorgeous. What do you guys think? Down in the comments below, let me know what kind of chicken that we have do you guys like the most? Is it the silky roosters for you? Yes, no, maybe, because it is for me. So we want to kind of scatter it around a little bit so that they can all get in on some. The roosters especially will try and kick the girls away from it. There goes Bougie. Yep, there he goes. See, all to himself. The boys got to eat first. That's just the way they are. I'm gonna be honest right now, I don't know how to film what I'm about to have to talk about, but essentially I'm in the chicken run area and I was cleaning out the pots. I've moved them to outside the chicken run so that the chickens could pick around the area and try and get the bugs as part of their breakfast when I came across a mouse nest. And there's a few babies in there. I'll show you guys real quick. Anyways, so there's the baby mice. Real cute, right? Wrong. Mice and rats carry lots of diseases. We don't want them anywhere around the property. That's why I have cats. I have one inside, one outside to patrol inside and outside of the property for rodents specifically. These ones are inside the chicken run. The cats don't come in here. Neither of them do. So my bad for keeping a pile of stuff in here too long. Now I got to deal with some mice off camera. I'm not going to show you guys what I'm about to do, but don't keep rodents around. They really like piles of stuff like what I did, so don't do that. And they will bring a lot of all right, well, I wasn't expecting that. Seems the chickens are going at it, so okay. There's Etta James got one. Let's see if they take care of the rest. Now, if you guys are grossed out by the fact that my chickens might be picking apart some of the mice babies, I got some news for you about chicken that you're eating at the store. A lot of the time, chicken feed can actually have bits of chicken in it as well. So keep in mind where you're getting your stuff from. I don't feed my chickens chicken. I don't feed them meat of any kind really, but if they're gonna take apart these mice for me so I don't have to kill them myself, then that's better use of their life than just dying. So I can deal with that on a moral standpoint. Chickens are amazing in the fact that they'll eat just about everything. And there you go, every single mouse is gone. All right, as you guys might be able to tell, now that I've finished giving everybody breakfast, ran out the dog, true to form, I'm starting to sweat. So it's time to get out of the sweats. The hoodie's already come off. I'm gonna go change into some other clothes and then we're gonna get bouncing onto that Roselle and make us some tea. Start making some iced tea because it's starting to get hot. Right, so now that I've got myself all dressed in some comfier, more warm appropriate clothes and a bandana to keep me from sweating ridiculously and be able to see what I'm doing, let's go out here and get the Roselle taken care of. So I'll show you what my setup's looking like. So we got tripod to throw you guys on, some loppers to take out the whole thing, some pruners to get the little stuff. Essentially what we're doing is I need to come through here and take out these calyxes. This is what you make the tea out of. The seed pods, I'll show you, where was it? There was one, there it goes. So there's one right here. You can see it's left over. It started to split. I've been letting a lot of them dry out on the plant so that I can get the seeds like this. Now I'm gonna take these, cut down the entire plant, and then I'm gonna keep the seeds so that next year I can propagate them out even more so in spring. And then maybe, fingers crossed, hopefully we might actually have some stuff to start selling and make this farm actually profitable. But for now, what I wanna do is cut all this back. I'll take the yard waste and chuck it in with the chickens so they can break it down further and I can use it for mulch to feed my plants next year even further. We'll process everything that we can to make some iced tea for today. I'll dehydrate the rest so that we can keep having more tea throughout the year. It's really great, got a lot of health benefits for all different kinds of things. I'll go into that later possibly, or I'll have Olivia put all the information maybe down below in the description. But we're gonna process all of this and a dehydrator and see how that works for the first time today. So let's get everything set up on a tripod and start clearing this out. Probably gonna see me using these kind of gloves because there's little hairs on the calyxes that I don't want to get on me, possibly into my eyes, things like that. So I'm gonna throw these on and then we'll roll time lapse.
A ring a ding ding.
So there you have it. Harvested all of the Roselle. We got some that were partially picked from throughout the year that had the seeds that I was letting dry off on the plant. If you noticed, some of the plants though, I actually pulled out by the root. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try transplanting some of them and see if I can get them to last. The area was just really thick with it. So essentially what happened was last year I brought this plant in, one plant that I let seed, drop everything. I didn't touch the plant at all. It just reseeded the whole area, and in spring everything came back after it had died back during some cold fronts last year. And so all the stuff is just like crazy popping up from seed. And so this year we've gone ahead and start harvesting it. We're going to propagate it out from here. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the calyxes, which are these little red parts that are just really, really cool. I mean, you can check them out and they almost look like a little dinosaur egg. You do want to be careful on these. They do have little hairs on them that can get stuck to you and stuff from, yeah, wear gloves. And also they stain like crazy, but really cool. We're going to throw these in a pot of water for about 10 to 15 minutes, boil them, let it cool off, make some iced tea. And then I'm going to process all the rest of it in a dehydrator so that we can have throughout the rest of the year. There you go. Keep that in the edit. Keep that in the edit. Yeah, there's no retrying that. Olivia's gonna be wet. So essentially, guys, this is Roselle Hibiscus tea. It's got a lot of health benefits to it, including it being high in iron for all of you out there who may be eating a plant-based diet or pregnant. Also, speaking of pregnancy, for the women out there, it's really good for menstrual cramping along with UTIs. It's got anti-cancer properties because of the antioxidants being high in it. It's got a lot of weight loss. It's got flavonoids and antioxidants which help with depressions. So essentially,
cancer.
Yeah.
I was thinking about cancer.
I think I said cancer already.
Oh.
But essentially, it's a plant that has a lot of amazing health benefits. It's one that we're going to be expanding out, propagating out, trying to bring to market here for all of you out in our local area. Maybe we'll figure out a way that we can try and ship this out as well. I got a bunch on the dehydrator right now, so we're gonna see how that goes. But this plant is absolutely amazing. Not only can you turn the calyxes into this amazing drink, you can also eat the stems, the leaves, the flowers. Every single part of this plant is edible. It's an amazing one. So if you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on to help us in supporting our efforts to bring these type of specialty produce to market as well. So anyways, we'll catch you next time. Molnar out.